Tracking your most accurate forecast and tracking the extreme heat records we're dealing with, I'm meteorologist Jorge Torres. So we had one record broken today in Phoenix with lows once again in the 90s. That now is 8 consecutive days with lows at 90 degrees or more. That breaks the record of 7 days that was set back a few times in 2020 and in 2012. Not only that, we also tied the record for number of consecutive days at or above 110 degrees in Phoenix with 18 days. That matches the record set back in June of 1974. And according to the forecast for tomorrow, we are going to break that record rather easily. Starting off with temperatures again in the 90s. In fact, the record warm low for tomorrow is 92, set back in 2007. We're forecasting a low of 94. That's another day we're going to add potentially. And then we're at 101 by 9, 109 at noon, and 118 degrees, which would break the record for the date of 115 set back in 1989, but also again likely breaking the all-time 110 plus heat streak here in Phoenix. And you see the warnings remain in effect, excessive heat and heat advisories up in northern parts of the state through at least Friday. So we're going to remain in ABC15 weather action mode through at least Friday in the valley. But don't be surprised if we extend the warnings, or if the National Weather Service does, through the weekend into early next week, because these temperatures are not cooling down that much, as the monsoon ridge, according to Futurecast, just kind of meanders in areas around the Four Corners area, and specifically across portions of New Mexico and West Texas. It'll kind of build back toward the west beginning Thursday, so we'll see those temperatures be dangerously hot once again. But beginning this weekend and early next week, the monsoon ridge begins to move slowly to the north in that Four Corners area, and this may allow for more storms to develop along the rim and move to the west, which may give parts of the valley a better shot for storms beginning next week. Until then, here's what we're forecasting. Lows will remain in the 50s up in Flagstaff, 80s in Page, 70s as you head towards Sedona, and 80s and 90s across the lower deserts. With highs tomorrow, anywhere from 91 in Flagstaff to 104 in Winslow, 104 in Sedona, 100 in Payson, and again, 118 degrees in Phoenix. So here is that 7-day forecast. Temperatures staying well above the records. We're talking 118, 119, dangerously hot temperatures with lows in the 90s, but the chance of rain does pick up beginning Friday and especially for the weekend.